to a 21st century place. And so that's where the idea came from. The two writers are Sean Finnegan and Greg Maxwell Parker, and they did a really good job.
All right, definitely. What was the biggest challenge of making this film?
The cars, the stunts. I mean, we did over 70 days of stunt photography approximately. Can't remember. And literally because we had this crazy idea to make it all real and not CG, it all had to be done, right? As dangerous as it was. So every single accident you see in that film is real. And you know, I had this idea that I wanted this to be this crazy night where, you know, it was really intense, which I think the film is, and where, you know, all the accidents didn't look stunty but looked like wrecks. And so that part was really hard, but there were three elements, to be very simple about it, that were hard, which is once we did all the stunts, we shot most of that first, and then we brought in the actors, but just Ethan and Selena. We actually created a special stunt rig for them because I didn't buy into the green screen to be real with those stunts. So they were actually being driven around at 50, 60 miles an hour. So when you see Selena Gomez flopping around that car, she really is flopping around that car. I mean, you know, it was like method acting with a car, if you could do that. And so, but what we had to do was I assembled the stunt footage first of all, and I would have to show them so Ethan would know, okay, now I'm going left, now I'm going right, now I'm, you know, jamming into a higher gear. Selena would know I'm going this way. So it was really sort of complicated because if I didn't show them that stuff and hadn't shot the stunt stuff first, they wouldn't have known. So it was like putting the cart before the horse. The actors, before they could even do their performance, had to adjust to the technical aspects of what we had done. That was very complicated. And then the third element was John Voight wasn't there at all. So I was the voice in the car with Ethan and Selena that they would react to, and I am the shittiest voice, so, I mean, just listen to me. So they would have to react to me, so they both deserve Oscars for just having any sort of reaction to me at all. But I mean, that being said, then what happened is, once I cut the film together, then John came in and had to do his part and integrate into those scenes with Ethan and Selena. So there were three sort of complicated elements that way.
No CGI was used or involved, and how complicated was that, getting that choreographed and getting it without anybody getting hurt or killed, because these crashes are amazing?
Well, I'm going to pass half of this off to Charlie, but the first part is it was super important to me, as I've already said. I wanted it to be visceral and real, and I don't think CG would have made those crashes as effective as they really are. I think everybody, one thing I've heard consistently, whether people liked or disliked the film or felt medium about it, was that everybody felt those crashes were extremely realistic and the action was really, really good, and they felt like they were in it. And that was the cognizant decision. Also, like, Charlie really needed a job. And, you know, if I'd done it CG, I mean, you know, no need for Charlie, right? No, I'm kidding. So basically, then we bring in Charlie and we start to actually choreograph all these things in the script. And what's very interesting is, if you looked at the original script in the movie that's out there, we expanded on so many of those original stunts. And I'll let Charlie talk about the choreography of, say, just one stunt, Charlie, so you could give an example, maybe.
Make one point on the second element that you talked about. It's so important because I did this way back doing television years ago, to do the chase scene first and then let the actors see what was happening. And a lot of directors don't do that, and that's what Courtney did, which is important because now the actors have a motive, have a reason for what they're doing, and it helps. Choreographing stunts, so many. One that was difficult was, I forget the name of the street, Bulgarian, but it was like 25 stuntmen in cars and had pedestrian stuntmen in cafes, and the cars are coming at us. My son is driving the Shelby.
2, 3. I'm here with Courtney Salomon, the director of the movie that is coming up in Labor Day weekend, Getaway.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I want to ask you a question. I'm like, in 3 words, can you describe me what people should expect in this movie?
Intensity, craziness, and a wild ride. That's 4 words, okay? But
give us one extra.
It's really an experience. It's not like any sort of action or car chase movie you've ever seen. It's really more like walking into a theater and going on a ride. and you're like holding on for your life. It's very, very, very intense, and it's different. But I think in a good way, because I think it gives you something you haven't gotten in this type of movie before. And definitely it's different.
Great. My partner have a question for you.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm excited about it. So, tell me, as a director, what was for you? What was the hardest part to make or to direct?
Challenging one.
Challenging is to like get the stunts integrated with the actors. Because you do the stunts separately. Some of them we did with the actors, but most of the actor stuff is separate. And to put the two together in a movie like this, it never stops going. It's just once you're going, you have to keep on driving, and everything's crashing around. So that was for your mind. Once you see the movie, you can watch it, and that's great. But when we have to envision it, it doesn't exist. And so your mind has to see all different pieces and put it together like a puzzle.
Wow, that's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. I got a question for you. I was just hearing you talking about. You said you work with the GoPros. I was working with the. I'm a big fan of GoPros. I'm a big fan.
Cool.
Don't tell nobody, but I know the ITI of the GoPro. So he's my hookup. But I love them. They're amazing.
How many GoPros you got?
5.
Wait a second. He's your hookup. You only have 5 GoPros?
Yes. I'm trying to be nice.
I'm just going to tell you, next time you go back, say, look, I want 5 more GoPros.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Great.
you'll have 10 GoPros.
Yes, that would be amazing. I was working with it's cool, huh? Working with those little tiny cameras. With
It's awesome working with them, right?
It's so cheap, you know?
They're very cheap. I mean, we worked with real cameras,
Yes,
obviously, in 7 other formats, but those things allowed us to get these dynamic shots that you're seeing in the movie, and they go with the story because they're attached to the car.
Yeah, because it's a lot of, like a motocross, like NASCAR, all these people use this, cameras when they go racing and all this stuff. So it's kind of, easy to work with.
And it's good to like change up your format in a movie and make it really real and visceral. We really destroyed these cars. We didn't do them with computer effects. So to actually have the GoPros, you could get those shots. You could never fit a real movie camera on those cars, and you could never destroy them because they're too expensive. And you're taking chances with all those stunts. So they allowed us to do something in filmmaking that wouldn't have been possible before they existed. And that's a really interesting thing.
Yes, absolutely true. But I would like you to say goodbye to, over here, but I would like you to invite all, unless you have a question.
No, actually, just tell the people where we can find more about the media, social media, about the Twitter, Facebook. Invite about
Sure.
people, please.
Well, it's #Getaway should pretty much get you everywhere. There's Getaway Movie. I don't even know the name. No, it's getawaymovie.com. Obviously, you can Google search the movie and find everything. There's Facebook Getaway, which has all the updates on the movie. And the movie comes out this Friday. Actually, there's midnight showings on Thursday. And then on Friday it comes out, and it's out all Labor Day weekend. And it's just a really intense thing that you've never seen before. And I think you're going to enjoy. I mean, if you like movies like Fast and the Furious, this is your kind of
Fast,
movie.
I like action. Does it have a little bit of like romance on it? Like we can expect some drama, like some.
Well, do you know what the romance is in the movie? Is the plot is very simple. You saw the movie, but the whole movie is all about a man's love for his wife.
Yes.
That's the simplicity of the movie. Everything that Ethan Hawke, his character Brent Magna, does is because he loves his wife. And I think the movie poses the most interesting, simple question, which is, what's if it happened to you and you had to save your loved one? Family member, child, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. Would you or wouldn't you do the stuff that he did if you could? Okay, but it's all, and to me in its simplicity, it's a love story. I know that seems bizarre with what you see from the trailers, but that's really what it is.
That's it. Sometimes simplicity makes better. Sometimes people make these movies all fascinated with all these effects, and they don't make like a big on the box office or whatever. But sometimes the simplicity with a small budget or whatever, it's just the simplicity sometimes make it bigger.
Yeah, I mean the sequences and the action aren't simple, but the movie itself at its core is very simple. He comes home, he has this problem, and if he doesn't do what this guy says, he loses the thing that he values most in this world, the person he loves. I just like that.
So I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much. We invite you guys to come over and watch a movie this Friday.
This Friday, Getaway.
Thank